Hi guys, welcome or welcome back depending on if you're new here. I'm happy to have you guys. I made a couple spring floral arrangements and I wanted to do a video on those, so here we go. We're going to jump right in. I started out by thinking I wanted to do something a little bit country or a little bit, of course, farmhouse. So here we go. Cake pan from Dollar Tree, and just short note here, that glue is supposed to be like food safe. I'm making air quotes like you guys can see me right now. Air quotes, food safe, easy to remove. Do you know how irritating that'd be if I really wanted to make a cake? I'd have to go get some sort of adhesive remover and clean it, blah blah blah. Anyways, and then look how easy that one came off. Make any sense? Anyways, moving on already. Both of those girls there are from Dollar Tree, and I bought them a couple years ago when they were still $1. But you can still get both of those things right now. I was just at Dollar Tree a couple days ago. You can get the candlesticks. They come in different patterns. I thought this was a really good color, so I didn't paint it. That's a good color for spring. So the cake pan and the candlestick are Dollar Tree, and then so is that little styrofoam disc there. It all came together. But there's E6000 and hot glue to hold that candlestick on, and you can rough up the bottom a little bit if you want to, but this girl is solid. Let me tell you, I've made this actually 2 days ago now that I'm recording this voice for the video, and everything is solid, so we're good to go. Now my idea here is I'm just gonna make like a cute little tower out of the cake pan. Now you'll see at the end I wanted more of that cake pan showing, but it's not the end of the world. It's still super cute, but we're gonna just make this the easiest part. So the shape of that styrofoam is almost like the shape you kind of want to follow for the florals. Now, these are all Michael's tulips. I'm showing you what the original bundle looks like. So see these darker ones here? I did not want those in. So I literally ripped apart 5 bundles. I think I had 6 there and I left one. So that's 5 bundles of tulips. I pulled all of the buds off. I got rid of all the darker ones and I switched them all out. And then I glued every single bud on, and then I glued every single bundle onto the stems. So those girls are solid. You're not going to see tulips flying off of anything anywhere. And so that took a little bit of time, but I just wanted my arrangement. If I want to pick it up, I don't want the flowers falling off of it. And so now we're ready to just start putting things in. This is how fast this one is. Fast and easy. Now, if you're going to glue every single flower on like I did, because I'm, craftingly insane. Made up my own words, but whatever, it works. Oh, and that's lamb's ear from Walmart. If you guys can get those even, pretty much year round. I'm not sure if they have them now, but anywho, those are left over from a different DIY project that, of course, I had leftovers on. So I started these tulips. I'm telling you guys, these tulips are probably 4 years or 5 years old. I haven't bought tulips in Michael's in a few years, but every year they come out like clockwork. Every year. So I wanted a very soft peachy, like coral color to go with that light minty green, because this is like perfect spring colors, and I felt I wanted it to be fresh, and I like the way that the Michael's tulips move, that you can find any kind of spring flower. I know the second arrangement you guys will see here at the end, that's all Dollar Tree flowers, and I just went a couple days ago and found some really good greenery at Dollar Tree. So you guys, I used to hate on their florals a lot. And, I have to say, since they went to $1.25, they've been bringing out some nicer stuff. So I don't know if I can really, throw too much shade at them anymore. But anyways, I'm just alternating in a circle. I'm going around the circle of the styrofoam, as you can see there. And if it looks like I'm getting dangerously low on the tulips, it's because I am. And then I'm going to have to go in a minute and go grab some other stuff to kind of fill it in. It's not end of the world dangerous, but also if you come into this same situation, you can actually just leave the top of it blank and put a LED candle in the middle of it, or another vase with something else inside of it. Or fill it in with like a picture or some sort of garden stake or something to make it look like the arrangement was meant to be like that, only around the outside, and then put a focal point in the middle. Something to that effect. A really cute Easter egg, like one of those really big ones, plastic, and you can paint it. You could literally put that right in the middle, and that would just scream Easter and spring. But you'll see, I didn't necessarily run low, but I also was packing them in a little bit too tight in some areas. I probably also, a good idea would have been to put some reindeer moss or some Spanish moss underneath there, just to kind of glue that down a little bit before I did the flowers. That way, should you actually peek through there, you won't see the plastic covered styrofoam. But the lamb's ear did a little bit of help. I like this one right here. You'll see it fills a good a good void there, and the color is a really soft, that soft minty green. I love it. So I'm not really happy, as you see here. This is where I should have been done with the tulips, but Whitney's not liking it. She's saying, you know, there's a little bit too many holes. So I went and dug this out of my stash. This is, I guess this is like a Dusty Miller type bush. It's also fuzzy like the lamb's ear. It's from Michael's from so many moons ago that it doesn't even matter. Just go to your stash or find something. You can get Dusty Millers usually somewhere in the springtime at Michael's if you're needing to find something similar or comparable. Even Amazon might have something. I'm not absolutely sure, but always just I would have filled in more lamb's ear if I had it because I think lamb's ear would have looked better. But this actually turned out pretty good. This is another one, little Bob Ross happy accidents. You know what I'm saying? Worked out fine. Made me happy. And here you'll see me just basically rip it all apart. The lamb's ear. Sorry, that's not lamb's ear. The Dusty Miller, the extra bushes that I bought. I wasn't going to use some of it. I ended up clipping the rest of it off and saying, you know, throw caution to the wind, and I just stuffed it all in there because I felt like it added a different texture, so I needed to evenly disperse it around it. Since this is technically a centerpiece, you're going to be able to see it from every angle. And you can twist it and turn it for the parts you like. Some of the parts are fluffier than others, and some of them aren't, but that's part of making an arrangement. I really like how it turned out after I added them. See how full it gets in some spots? It turned out for the better. So, you know, those things, those happy accents. And again, I wanted more of that cake pan showing, but I think if you're looking at the arrangement from any kind of angle, it still works. It works super cute. Here's usually where I go out into my garage to take pictures in the studio lights that I have out there. And I'm over the moon. I'm happy with it. It didn't disappoint. So, you know, small little road box turned out okay. We're still doing good. The only other idea I had that I probably would maybe do next time is if you're not wanting the cake pan, cover it with some of that nautical rope or the brown rope or sisal or some sort of twine or thicker rope or something like that. That would add a little bit more farmhouse or country to it. I think that would look cute too. Maybe not put the flowers over the edge so more of it shows. But look how cute she is. She's so cute. How many times can I say cute? I love it. You guys let me know what you think. The cake pan thing was just something that I thought of. It's like, what else can I glue a Dollar Tree candlestick to? Let's do this. So here's the second one, guys. This is a pretty quick video, eh? So again, Dollar Tree styrofoam there. And then that's a Dollar Tree plastic tray. You guys have seen those at Christmas. They come in gold. I saw this one. I recently just got this one literally like 2 weeks ago. So they have them out now. Those ribbons are the ones I plan to use. I'll tell you more about those later. And now all of these florals, look how pretty they are. They're cute. They're all peonies and hydrangea. That's a Dusty Miller from Michael's also. All Dollar Tree. So here, this is where, when I took the Dusty Miller off the bush, it did not have anything strong enough for me to actually poke it into the styrofoam. So I had to get my pick machine out. If you're not familiar with a pick machine, it adds a very sturdy, very sharp metal metal stabby. It put metal stabby on end. Basically, it turns your floral pieces into shivs. Not just good for prison work, but anyways, kidding. It's basically for popping anything that doesn't have a strong enough stem into a floral arrangement. So if you're placing this into harder styrofoam, that was just some styrofoam that I had on hand, and it works out good. So I put a stem on either one of those so you can see. If you need to go back and pause the video if you have a pick machine and you're not familiar with it, pick machines are not cheap. Even with a 40% off, if they even still do that at Hobby Lobby, that was still a pretty expensive purchase there, but I love it. So if you do a lot of floral arranging, it comes in very handy, and I love that machine. 2 pieces. So here, you guys, I'm just going to start at the bottom, start at the base, and I'm just going to push things into the bottom where I see fit as far as coverage goes. When we're done with this, if you've seen the pictures at the beginning, or on my Instagram page, you're going to see very little to almost none of that Dollar Tree tray. Now, I'm kind of sad about it because I thought it was a really pretty silver. It wasn't too shiny, like over the top Christmassy or anything, but in any event, you still see it if you have to. It's there for a reason. But this is just, again, another centerpiece thing where if you don't want to fill it in, put some candles on it, because that piece of styrofoam is like a perfect flat piece of styrofoam. It hasn't been hand cut. It just came that size, which was also perfect for the project. place some candles in there and just put your flowers around it, or put flowers in there but leave enough room for an LED candle. LED only, guys, LED only. You could also twist in some battery operated LED lights. You know, the little fairy lights come in a small amount. That would be super cute too, if you don't want to fill this all in. Basically, I'm going to pretty much let you guys just watch me fill this sucker in. Those are all peonies and hydrangea. So I got 2 colors of peony and the 1 hydrangea from Dollar Tree. They're all from Dollar Tree, and I used 6, 7, 8. I used 8 total. So I had 3 of the light minty green and 3 of the cream peonies, and then 2 of the hydrangea bushes. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 bushes total. And I put every single one of them in there, and it turned out perfect. It was a little full in some spots, and others it wasn't. And yeah, she just turned out really good, really fun, really easy. And you guys know I love making floral arrangements. So when things start to go together, I get excited and it makes me happy. It's so cute. Did I start sounding like a lunatic? But hey, man, I'm crazy. But we're all mad here. We're all mad. Mad for crafts. So I'm not sure how much I left in here, guys, but you just want to see the arrangement come together, then we're going to leave that in with a little bit of music. And then the rest of you guys, I'll pick back up when we are ready to start the ribbon. Okay, guys, here we go. So now's the topping. It's the whipped cream on the pie. So we've got the little 9 feet of that burlap, perfect colored, by the way. Look how that matches. Turquoise-ish, sure, minty green color, Dollar Tree ribbon. Those are some floral pins because that is what I'm going to use to attach the ribbon. Later on, I'm going to get some zip ties for that minty green ribbon, but this right here is from craftoutlet.com. Bought that a couple years ago. I'm not even sure if you can still get it, but it's a gray buffalo check or plaid or hound. It's not houndstooth. Anyways, ignore me. I got that a couple years ago. It's a 50-yard roll. I will probably have that for many years to come. But my point is I'm not going to make bows. I'm going to make loops, and I wanted to leave it all connected and just have it loop through the arrangement as though, you know, these little loops are popping out of the florals. So I'm just pinching it together, and I'm just taking this right now and pushing it down into the arrangement to see if the size is correct. If it feels good, it makes you happy, you know, you'll know inside, you'll feel it in your heart. You'll know if the size is right because it just makes you, it looks good to you, makes you happy. So I made the two loops as though I was making a bow, and then I'm leaving it connected to the spool, and now I'm going to take the floral pin and I'm just going to feed it through the middle where you would hold everything. So right where you would put a zip tie or a my gosh, a chenille stem, whatever you'd use. We're going to put the floral pin in it right there. And then this was a little bit difficult because of how hot my glue. I burnt my finger to the point I removed some skin off the top of one of my fingers, and then on my other ring finger I have a big old blister. My glue gun is evil, and I should have plugged in my glue pot, but I didn't. But anyways, anyhow, we're going to put glue down in there, and then I'm going to use a popsicle stick. But I mean, if you have one of those makeup brushes or a silicone spatula, something to the point to protect your fingers there, that's just basically putting the glue where the floral pin's going in at. So I'm gluing the floral pin and the ribbon to the top of the styrofoam. That's going to make sure, so when I'm fluffing it, because I am a habitual bow fluffer, I cannot not fix ribbon and bows. Like I I get myself in trouble doing it like in grocery stores or like in displays in stores if I go somewhere and you can tell that someone who does not absolutely have any care for decorating put out the store's like decorations at Christmas. I will literally fix those bows. Whether it's at a register, whether it's on a display, I do it all the time. So even in my own arrangements, I know that I need to make sure that those bows are secure because I am going to pull on the loops and I'm going to pull on the tails. So in any event, I did not cut the second tail. Do you see how we're going to make this its own loop? So I'm taking it and I'm wrapping it around the arrangement. Now I'm making only one loop on this one because I did 2 loops on the previous one. So this is just one loop, pinch it together, and then the same thing again. We're taking the floral pin right through the middle where you're holding it or pinching it, or where you would secure it if you were making an individual bow, and we're pushing it right in, and then we're just going to adjust these little loops and see how this thing goes. Now, I did cut this one eventually so it has a tail, and then I made another one to mirror this exact pattern but on the opposite side. So I got what I wanted. I wanted it to be connected to make it look like this ribbon is just looped throughout this arrangement. It just looked like a big, beautiful mess of flowers and ribbons and bows. Oh my, something, whatever makes you happy. Like, this is the cutest, girliest, fluffiest thing, and it just makes you happy. Well, it makes me happy. I hope it makes you guys happy. I love it. You guys let me know. Usually, most of you guys are pretty close. You'll see me here struggling, so I just sped it up because I couldn't get that wraparound to look right. In my opinion, it just looked like it had a big old border on it. So there we go. Yep, nope, clip it. And actually, you know what? I left it that long, and I'm kind of not happy with it. So actually, I'm probably after this going to go back out into my craft room back in there and cut that longer tail a little bit shorter. Because I took pictures, I did the video, and I did all that stuff, and I left that tail that long. And now I'm staring at it while I'm doing this voice recording, and it's literally making my eye twitch. So I'm going to go fix it. I'm going to go fix it to make my eyes happy. You guys let me know. Do you guys do that? Do you ever see yourself, like, you come back to something and you're like, don't know why I left it that way. Must have been distracted or something. Who knows? I guaranteed I was distracted. I was surrounded by ribbons and flowers and glue guns and pain and, death and destruction. Kidding. I was talking about, let me tell you, if we had left the audio in here, I would get in trouble with YouTube because there were some expletives, because I can't bad words, very bad words, because man, I didn't realize how hot my glue gun was, and I have it on the lowest setting, so I mean I'm bad at that, and I'm jibber jabbering through all this, guys. I literally mirrored the same thing. So you make 2 loops and pinch them together. This is double-sided ribbon, so we don't have to worry about what side is showing. If you're not happy with it, or if you don't feel like you're a strong bow maker, this is a perfect bow for you. You just make loops and cinch them together. You're literally grabbing it and squishing it together. All right, now I'm moving on to my Dollar Tree ribbon here. Look how cute this is as soon as you layer it. It's so cute. So what I was going to do is I thought maybe I should have taken the 2 ribbons together had I been thinking, but I didn't. So this is the alternative. I went and I got some 4-inch zip ties. You can get those zip ties at any hardware store. I think I got mine from one of the weird places. It wasn't a normal place. And so what I did here was I used all 9 feet of it. Now here, I'll slow it down to show you. I cut a strip of ribbon. Pick a size. There's no measurement here. It's just the loop that I thought was pretty. So you have a string of ribbon. You get the 2 ends together. Bring that down in the middle and then pinch it together. Do you see that? If you need to rewind it and pause it and go through it, very slowly, but you'll see. You're taking a piece of ribbon, you put your ends together to form a O and a ring, you squish that in the middle, and then you cinch that together. You're putting your zip, well, you're going to watch me struggle with the zip tie because for some reason my fingernails were being mean to me that day. But I'm going to cut enough of the zip tie off that we're going to use, and then the flower comes out. We're going to use the sharpest part that we cut off of the end of that longer piece of zip tie, and we're using that as our pick or our stake that we're putting into the styrofoam. So at that point, again, squirt some glue down in there. I stopped putting the glue on the end of things that day because of how many times I burnt my fingers previous to this. And here you're just going to watch me cinch all these guys in. And so then I got 5 bows out of that. 5 bows out of that 9-foot one. Or 5 little, accents out of it. It was a good price, good enough for the arrangement size that we needed. I also didn't want to have to buy another spool of $1.25 ribbon, but I would have if I had to. So I love how it turned out. It's 2 very light, fluffy, and airy. This is good for a coffee table, in table. I mean, this would even look good if you have a big bathroom sink or, somewhere on an entry hall, anything like that. Anywhere you want to put something pretty, even on the kitchen counter, dining room table, obviously, coffee table, anything, anywhere it makes you happy. I have stuff everywhere in my house. None of it makes any sense. I don't follow rules, guys. You know that. There she is. I love it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. And again, I want to tell everybody thank you so much. You guys have made this a very easy transition back into me crafting again. I lost a little bit of motivation, and then COVID literally sucked the life out of me. I got it back, and I'm having a good time. You guys are always so supportive. This community that you guys, my follower, it's weird for me to say I have a community, but you guys make me feel as good as you tell me I make you feel. So on the days that I need cheering up, your comments, your likes, your interaction with me, your support, I can feel it even though we're not here. And I would love to just hang out with everybody and just have, a good old time jibber jabbering and crafting. But this feels really awesome, and I want to thank every single one of you. Everybody who's donated to me on coffee. I have a coffee page and an Amazon shop. Those are linked in the description, and also I'll pin it to the first comment below should you want to buy anything and support. 100% not required, but always 1,000% appreciated. And if all you can do is watch this video and hit that like and subscribe button, that's all I love. It's all I need. I love everything everybody does for me. Everything is appreciated more than you guys could possibly know. We have more in common than most of us think. So if you're having a hard day, we've all had them. I have them too. And I watch other people's videos to help me, just like you guys say that you love to watch mine. So if you have any suggestions or comments, or you want to help somebody else out in the comments, you guys go for it. Everybody's been great taking care of each other and yourself, of course. So thank you guys so much for everything. I have more planned. I'm actually going to finish this recording and go start my next idea in my craft room. Hopefully I won't burn my fingers. But that's about it, guys. Thank you so much again. I keep saying the same thing, but thank you so much again. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.